can hear you just fine. Our communication out in the field is possible because of advances in radio and telephone communication. This connects people near and far and allows people to talk freely with one another whenever they choose.
Along with computers and the internet, these communication innovations have eliminated the problem of geographic distance. Now to Callie and our news shopper.
Another technological innovation was the invention of the planes and fighter jets, which would eventually evolve to helicopters, and that is how I am able to speak to you today from the sky. Planes were a crucial part of World War II, used by the military but not the public. But now they are a large part of the world, and most of the population depends on them to get from one place to another.
Speaking of transportation, I am here today next to the Channel 1 news car, which was modeled after the very first Model T car. Today, many people own their own vehicle, which was very uncommon in the early 1900s. Because of these innovations, continents became more connected because of trade, which ultimately led to more job availability, because people could work farther away from home and be able to travel back and forth each day. Also, this created the suburbs.
Thank you so much, Albert Einstein, for joining us today to talk about your theory of relativity and quantum mechanics.
It's my pleasure.
So, what exactly is your theory of relativity?
In my theory of relativity, I determined that the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers, and I will show that the speed of light within a vacuum is the same no matter the speed at which an observer travels.
Interesting. Could you tell us a little bit more about quantum mechanics and your theory on that?
Yes, quantum mechanics is a fundamental branch of physics, including atoms and photons, and it describes how things move at everyday times and speeds. Also, objects exist in a haze of probability.
Now to Casey in the studio.
Thank you, Alex, for that introduction. Another scientific innovation includes the Big Bang Theory, which was a cosmological model for the universe from the earliest known periods through its subsequent large-scale evolution. Stephen Hawking played a major role, where he states that the universe expanded from a very high density and temperature, approximately 13.8 billion years ago. After universe expansion, it cooled to allow the formation of subatomic particles. The next thing we'll be talking about is psychology, which is the study of the behavior of the mind, and which seeks to understand individuals and groups. This was founded in the 1900s by Sigmund Freud, who is known as the father of psychology. Now to Callie with another scientific innovation, the Green Revolution.
Thank you, Casey. The Green Revolution has brought many advancements to the humankind. The most notable was the use of pesticides. Since the late 1900s, we have been using pesticides to enhance our agriculture. Our food supplies have quadrupled very greatly, and thanks to that, there are larger lifespans. This made our human population increase dramatically, faster than the world has ever seen before. So much that today we have a problem of overpopulation, and there are efforts, like in China, to limit the lifespans. And India.
Wait, sorry for interrupting. I just received breaking news about a new medical breakthrough. The first successful artificial heart transplant just happened 7 minutes ago. The artificial heart is a device that replaces the heart in case the transplant is impossible. This was first created in 1982, and the first successful transplant happened today. It is only possible because of the previous medical innovations, such as antibiotics and polio vaccine. The polio vaccine was a huge medical breakthrough in the early 1900s and is given as an injection to the leg or arm, depending on the patient's age, to stop the spread of the polio virus. This led to the artificial heart because doctors were able to use these previous medical breakthroughs with advanced technology now. These new antibiotics prevented several mass deaths, and I cannot wait to see where new medical innovations take us in the future.
Thank you, Sam, for enlightening us on the artificial heart. That was very interesting. More jobs have been given this year than any before because the use of nuclear power. As you can see in these graphs provided, the use of nuclear power allowed for an increase in productivity and production as well. The production of material goods in the amount of productivity is still present today. But Nuclear power multiplies human labor and allows people to have more jobs. It also purifies water and gives us energy and electricity, and is similar in many ways to the Industrial Revolution. I'm here today with the CEO of AP Oil & Co. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Sharon Dealey.
It's my pleasure.
Because of the increase in productivity, as you saw in the previous graphs, several countries struggled to receive resources, including oil. What exactly happened to your company in the 70s?
Well, in the 70s, the oil embargo decreased the amount of oil that was received in the United States, along with many other companies. Countries all over were competing for finite resources. These resources included oil. It made it very difficult for my company to receive the abundant amount of goods. Because of an increase in productivity, there was an increase in demand of goods by consumers, so we had trouble being able to meet that demand.
Wow, very interesting.
Hi, because of global warming, these week's temperatures will be a little hotter than usual. On Thursday, it'll be high of 60 degrees, and then 83, and then 97, 114, 150, and then it might warm up just a little bit to 196 and then 300 by Wednesday.
And now it's for news on global warming. Greenhouse gases will have a great effect on the ozone layer, ocean system, and weather patterns. The greenhouse gases puts a hole in the layer of the ozone, which is located over Antarctica. This has a great effect on species living there, especially polar bears. Global warming, because of the greenhouse effect, also melts the snow and ice, causing a rise in sea levels. This affects areas in the ocean, especially the coral reefs. And the recent increase in temperature also had a change in weather patterns. There have been more heat waves, more violent rainfalls, severe storms, and heavy flooding.
Pollution threatens the world's supply of water and clean air. Deforestation and desertification are continuing consequences of the human impact on the environment. Rates of extinction in other species are accelerating sharply. In the coral reefs, the ocean life is dying off because of our neglect to care for the environment. Sea turtles die when they mistake our garbage for their food. Here you see high levels of global warming, which affect the algae population. Algae are necessary for keeping the coral reef's waters clean. In the rainforest, there are high levels of deforestation because of an increased demand for resources and land. This is killing off indigenous populations, forcing them to move from their natural habitats.
This has been Channel 1 AP World News.